So, off-page optimization. So this is the next big piece of the puzzle, right? We're going to be talking about the very technical way to talk about this is the stuff on other people's web pages. So off-page optimization is the other big piece of the equation. Search engines basically factor in how the rest of the internet views your site. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. The original premise of Google was to sort of look at it in a very academic way, the same way in academic fields they look at citations, right? Think about links as citations to that site. So this is very simply described as link building, but in the past few years it's become much more comprehensive. So when I first heard about when I first got into SEO, it was a news story I heard on NPR. And this was back when George Bush was getting reelected. I know you guys have already seen this, so pretend to be surprised. But so one of my first insights into SEO was when George Bush was running for reelection, and I heard on the news that a bunch of very activist bloggers started linking to George Bush's webpage with the phrase miserable failure. And they got him ranking #1 for the term miserable failure. And then in response, some very conservative bloggers started linking to Michael Moore's webpage with the phrase miserable failure and got them ranking 1 and 2. This is called Google bombing. Google's actually made it much harder to do this now. So it's much more difficult to try and get this to work, but it's still possible. But this was really interesting to me because I heard the story and I thought, so wait, so George Bush's page wasn't trying to rank for miserable failure, but other people were able to get him to rank. How does that work? Why does that work? I don't understand it. And that is that's the premise behind link building, right? So all things equal, right? If all links were created equal, the web page with the most links wins. But don't write that down because there's a huge caveat, right? If all links are equal in weight, this page will rank higher, right? If 2 pages are exactly the same and every link was exactly the same, this one would rank higher. But, and this is a huge but, all links are not created equal, right? So if I have a web page and I have 6 links, and one's from tommysdumbwebsite.blogspot.com and from a stupid blog comment and a new Twitter account with 7 followers and your mom's MySpace page and some guy's Tumblr, I have 6 links, right? If I have another equal or similar site with a single link from the CNN.com homepage, this page is probably going to rank higher. Right, and that's the premise behind link building, is that links are important, but links are not created equal. And the example I like to use with link building is I like to think of it the same way you think about the Electoral College, right? I'm from New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a very small state, and in the Electoral College we have like 4 votes, right? So if a presidential candidate wins New Hampshire, they get 4 electoral votes. But here in California, it's what? 57, 63, so it's really high, right? California is dramatically more important than New Hampshire, even though I think New Hampshire is more important. But the point is that all states are not created equal when you're trying to win the presidency, and it's the same way when you're trying to rank well in search engines. All links are not created equal either.